Hey, what's up everybody? This is just going to be a quick video. I've said this before, I cannot keep up with all of the 1972 birth or beginnings of something and the 2020 deaths or discontinued or whatever that is becoming undone from the 1972 effect. Yesterday, Bill Gates Sr. died, and how is that relevant to the phenomenon? Well, in 1972, Trafto data was created in 1972. 3 years later, Trafto data became Microsoft. So in a sense, like I said, there was a beginning of things that happened in 1972 and an end of things in 2020. We're also seeing a lot of other things that have to do with Bill Gates in 2020, right? Like, so throughout, since for the last 48 years, since Bill Gates has pretty much started everything off, which was in 1972 with his program Trafto data. And since the last 48 years, Bill Gates has been an important part of this last 48 years, period. Without Bill Gates, without him making the Trafto data, without him creating Microsoft, without him doing all the stuff that he did, which was also, how much do you think Bill Gates had to do with DARPA? How much interactions do you think he had to do with DARPA? Every computer in the world is affected by Bill Gates' existence, period. Everything that this camera I'm using, the phone I have, the computer that I edit on, the TV that you may watch it on, everything, even your vehicles now use technology that was spawned from Trafto data, spawned from Bill Gates. In 2020, Bill Gates has been the biggest talk since ever. Like ever. This year is Bill Gates' year. If you do not understand that this year is Bill Gates' year, you've been living on a rock, you've been putting your head in the dirt, and you don't understand what's going on. Bill Gates is, with all the stuff that's going on with the virus and stuff and everything, he's taking a break from doing what he does in Microsoft and all that to help with other stuff, like this, the virus and everything. So here's the thing I want to explain real fast before anybody starts saying, Bill Gates is bad and this and that and stuff. I don't take a stance on whether Bill Gates is evil or good. I really don't care. I am not demonizing him, and I'm not going to praise him. Literally, I'm inside of the program, I believe, which is the Gates program. This is their program. This is it. If you have been watching my videos, you've been paying attention, you would know that you live in a simulation. And what made that simulation possible was a timestamp that you see, which is 1972, which is all these things that happened. And the people who from what I gather and from the information, it leads to that there's 172 people who really are from a natural existence, okay, from a different existence, not this simulation. They're from a natural existence, and that all shows you from the 1972. Now, looking at Bill Gates, we're really paying attention a lot more now to Bill Gates and how important he was and how important his program and everything was. I truly believe that this is the Gates program. This is their program. This is what the Gates program is. It's even the name Bill, right? In the name Gates. Like, if you want to get through a door, you want to get through the other side, you want to get to the other place, you got to cross the gate, you got to get through the gate. Well, to get through the gate, you got to pay the bill. You cannot cross over into that gate. You cannot get into that program without paying the bill, paying your way to cross the gate. So even the name Bill Gates, and I mean, this is not conspiracy theory stuff at all, and I don't even want to throw out it literally is just looking at facts, the facts of everything from 1972, and then looking at the facts of 2020. Now, his dad died, right? His dad passed away.
William H. Gates Sr. died on September 14th, 2020.
So, you have the birth of Bill Gates in 1972, the birth of his program, the birth of his name being important. And then you have in 2020 the death of his name, Bill Gates. Although you're saying Bill Gates Sr., it doesn't matter. You guys, look, you have to understand, the man could have died in 2019, he could have died in 2021. It's 2020. There are too many ending of things that are happening or undone of things that are happening in 2020. This specific year is as important as 1972. There are no other years in history that have had such an impact on the entire world, other than 1972 and now 2020. So you have a beginning and you have an end. What this end is, it's the end of the simulation. It's the end of just America or whatever. I don't know what the end is going to be, but this is definitely a ending point of everything that happened in 1972. So for 48 years, all this stuff's been going on. Some of the things that are really extremely important from Microsoft that affected everything that you use, everything that has manipulated and changed this entire world that has to do with any type of digital stuff. It's Microsoft. And you can do the what ifs all day long. The what if somebody else would have came up with this? It doesn't matter. You can what if all you want all day long. What if aliens came down here? You know, what if every single god that's ever been praised popped up? You can what if all day long. It does not change facts. I present to you facts. Facts of 1972 and facts of 2020. Bill Gates, this is his time. This 48 years is his program. Everything from 1972 to 2020 is all Bill Gates' program. It's all the Gates program. That's what you're in. Okay, this is their operating system. It may not even be that Bill Gates is a real human, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not demonizing him and I'm not praising him. I take a complete neutral stance when it comes to Bill Gates. His father passing away this year. Bill Gates is becoming one of the most talked about people with one of the most biggest things that happened this year. Okay, so one more thing I want to bring up about the virus, right? Okay, so Bill Gates created Trafto Data. Trafto Data 3 years later became Microsoft. Microsoft became the one thing that changed the entire world, right? Well, Bill Gates also created the first virus inside of a program. So he created the first virus. So if you're living in the Gates program, it only makes sense that in 2020, what would be the most devastating thing that can happen to your computer outside of external damage? One of the most devastating things that can happen to your operating system outside of external damage. In other words, dropping, kicking, catching on fire, anything like that. Internally, what would be the one thing that can screw up an entire operating system? Is a virus. What is happening in 2020 is you are experiencing a virus in the program of this simulation. And because of that virus that's in this program, this virus has disrupted and changed everything. The way you could shut this program down, the way you can shut down the operating system is with a virus. And that is exactly what's happening. And who is the most talked about person other than the president? Who is one of the most talked about people that has to do with this virus? Bill Gates. This is not a conspiracy. It's not at all. You live in a simulation. The facts of 1972 and 2020 prove that this is it's evident. Enough evidence. I won't say it proves. It's enough evidence to point towards that you live in a simulated reality. And without Bill Gates, without Microsoft, without 1972 Pong, Odyssey, and Atari being created, you would not have a simulated world. There would be no such thing as virtual reality. These things came together in 1972 to create virtual reality. All started in that year. ARPA changed its name to DARPA in 1972. Mind control. All this stuff started within that year. And now in 2020, it's all coming to a close because the very first thing that has kicked off and changed this whole year was a computer virus. Not a virus like you guys think it is. You guys are understanding that this is a virus that is attacking people and killing people. I understand it differently. I understand this virus as a computer virus that is shutting down or disrupting the entire system that had started in 19 1972 and is ending a lot of things or corrupting and changing things in 2020. So there you have it. I had to get this video out quick because of the information of his father passing away. Like I said, please do not think that this is some kind of demonization or some type of praise towards Microsoft, towards Bill Gates, or any of that stuff. I'm literally neutral. I walked the middle of the road. When I play a video game, I don't hate the opposing AI that's trying to kill my character or trying to change things to my character. I'm detached from those feelings in there of those, you will have some feelings, but there's not some generation, some deep-seated hatred or anything like that. And that's the same way that I feel and think inside this simulated world. It's the same thing. There's no difference because all the facts are there. And for those of you who can see and who can understand this message, you'll see more and more and more things. And up until the end of this year, you're going to see so much of these links between 1972 and 2020. And for those of you who can't, as I've said before, it's not your fault when you sit there and you dismiss this information and you what if it to hell and you come up with all these other things in your mind or whatever. This is because you are an NPC. There is a block in your program that will literally not let you understand these things. There are people who will understand these things, especially the 172. They will understand this message. They'll understand it right away. But for the rest of you who cannot understand, it's not your fault. It tells me that person is an NPC, and I no longer am attached to any type of feelings towards whatever anger or however way that they vent. I'm putting up as much research as I can. I still have not made any connections with anybody, I think, yet that I can clearly say this person is definitely part of the 172. I'm desperately reaching out, trying to find somebody who is part of the 172, somebody who can look at all these facts and just be like, yeah, there's this, and this, and you're correct. There's definitely something going on. And it's not me saying that, it's not me looking for somebody to tell me that I'm correct. It's me looking for somebody else to say, I already knew that there was something going on here. Or, now that I see what you're showing, now I see this, that it's undeniable. It's undeniable. This is definitely a simulated world. There's no way, any way to look around it because of all the facts.
I am broadcasting on all AM frequencies. I will be at the South Street Seaport every day at midday when the sun is highest in the sky. If you are out there, if anyone is out there, I can provide food, I can provide shelter, I can provide security. If there's anybody out there, anybody, please, you are not alone.